Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about Neve Campbell's recent statements about Scream 7. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so we have to talk a little bit about Scream 7 because more drama has come out. Unlike the rest of the stuff we've heard, this one may not be quite as negative as the previous one. So let's talk about it. What exactly happened? Well, first, for those of you who don't know, Melissa Barrera was fired from the franchise for comments she made on social media. And then shortly thereafter, we found out that Jenna Ortega was not going to be a part of it due to previous engagements that she had going on. Different movies that she had an obligation to do, and apparently with the pushback from the writer's strike, this was going to be a thing. Then the new director that they hired, quit. So that left everything in question. Where does the franchise go from here? How do we continue on with the Scream franchise without the regular stars? Well, and you might remember the drama from Scream 6 was that one of the biggest stars of the franchise, Neve Campbell, didn't come back. And she didn't come back because there was a pay issue where she felt that she wasn't getting paid what she deserved. And you can agree or not agree with that she should get paid what she deserves and whatever she thinks she deserves. She is arguably the biggest star on that movie. And that's because she's the final girl of that franchise. She's the face of the Scream franchise. And of course, this meant that her not coming back hurt the bottom line of Scream 6. Scream 6 turned out okay, but a lot of people still missed Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell. Well, just recently, Neve Campbell spoke out because she was asked about the status of Scream 7. She said, "I would come back under the right circumstances. Honestly, I have no idea what their plans are. I know a lot has gone on around it, and I'm sure they are spinning a little bit at the moment. These movies mean a lot to us. They mean a lot to the fans. I go to these conventions and I meet the fans. Sometimes they're frantic about these films. They love them. These films mean a lot to them, and the characters mean a lot to them. So even for their sake, I would love to see it continue." But what exactly does that mean? Because we're looking at a situation where the franchise has lost its director, it's lost its stars. There is no new script, apparently, that has been written. How do they go forward? But obviously, they're planning on moving forward. And with them planning on moving forward, we know that the potential for Neve Campbell to come back exists, because the bottom line is a lot of people want Neve Campbell back. And these statements that she made are kind of good. But she did speak out the same as before, saying that she stands by everything she said in the past. If she isn't getting paid what she deserves, she's not going to come back. This is something that a lot of fans continue to wish for, the fact that they hope that Neve Campbell will come back. But with this scenario, it leaves us in a bit of a bind, because now we have two of the stars that have been presented in the trilogy not coming back, and we have the other stars still in question. The only one we've heard from directly since Melissa Barrera's firing is, in fact, Neve Campbell. This, to me, poses the question: if they write a good script and Neve Campbell does come back, because a lot of people are saying that they feel that her statements say that she stands with Melissa Barrera and would only come back if Melissa Barrera was rehired. Now, if this is the case, and Melissa Barrera comes back and Neve Campbell comes back, does Jenna Ortega come back? That's what everybody's hoping for. That's the dream that everyone wants to see happen. These statements in no way actually say one way or another whether if in fact she is returning to Scream. But I've seen all over the place people saying she's coming back and this and that. But I would love to see her come back. I don't think that these statements are enough to tell us that this is a thing. Because right now, with it being in a spin, sure, she was kind of rumored to be in talks about coming back before, but now with everything being out of control with the franchise itself and the stars getting fired and everything that's going on, I don't know that we see a scenario in which Neve Campbell returns, because I don't know if I see a scenario in which the Scream franchise continues at least for a couple of years. And if this is the case, if they put it on hiatus for a couple of years, then they could, in theory, start completely new. But everyone would agree that Neve Campbell should come back no matter what. So Melissa Barrera was apparently in talks to return, or at least they wanted her to be in talks to return, but she stated that her opinion wouldn't change. Apparently they wanted her to apologize, and that was not going to happen. So with Melissa Barrera not wanting to come back at all, this is something that we have to look at, because now if we're put in this scenario where Neve Campbell would only come back if Melissa Barrera was part of the project, then that's not likely to happen. And if we're looking at a scenario where Neve Campbell comes back and Melissa Barrera don't, what's that say about the franchise? How do people think about that? Are they happy that at least Neve Campbell's back, or is there a major disappointment that Melissa Barrera wouldn't be back? And Melissa Barrera not coming back is going to cause some people to be very disappointed in this franchise. People are going to take this as something bad. People are going to be mad about her not returning. Just like Jenna Ortega's not returning is going to have fans that are not going to care as much about this movie as if she was in it. And Neve Campbell can return, but without these two, is there a Scream moving forward? Because honestly, Neve Campbell is the face of Scream. But if Neve Campbell is the face of Scream and she continues to do these films, there needs to be multiple faces to a franchise to keep it working. And we saw one of these faces actually gain popularity, and then all of a sudden, they were fired. And I don't feel that this sets well with many fans. So I don't know how this movie goes forward, or if it does go forward. I haven't heard any rumors talking about this movie getting an entirely new script, but that's pretty much what has to happen. So them asking Neve Campbell about this at this stage and her answering is her saying, hey, I hope it does go forward for the fans. But ultimately, even she seems unsure of the film's franchise. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking about all this. Are you excited about the Scream franchise moving forward with however it moves forward? If Melissa Barrera doesn't come back, are you still excited for it? If Jenna Ortega doesn't come back, are you still excited for it? And if Neve Campbell doesn't come back, and they move on completely with a different story entirely, are you still excited to see Ghostface move forward? As always, we want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment, share with all your friends so they can be a part of the conversation. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps the channel and we appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers and you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.